Well, welcome, y'all. Welcome to the Awe of Y'all, the Sundays with Bliss, right here in As You Wish Woods in southern Indiana on the Indiana-Kentucky line.
They call that Kentuckiana.
Yes, they do. They sure do. I guess I know why.
And we got a little Kentucky and a little Anna going on, don't we?
We sure.
Go on and tell your joke that
No,
they have probably not heard in a long
yes,
time.
They
No,
have.
come on.
I've not
Tell
heard
it.
that.
Tell
Okay,
it.
we're losers.
Why?
Because we're from Louisville, but we're all from Indiana. You know.
Didn't you miss that joke?
Oh my God, that's how old of friends we are, y'all. You've heard our jokes like so many times now. We're like the old person who keeps telling the same story over and over again. Because we are
Tuesday.
very much like the old people
Yeah.
who tell us very much like that. But we're also like the old people who like to let in a little joy, let in a little light, you know, every little thing gonna be alright. Was the best that could happen. Clear the room for dancing, let in a little joy. Let in a lotta
Oh, a lotta.
light on Sunday nights with bliss and loving too. Yep, they're right down here at our feet, our little doggies, Bliss and Lovin', and they are face fighting like little boy
Which is
dogs
like
will do.
slow motion, sometimes silent, then all of a sudden making noises like that, just pretend biting.
Yeah. It's looks like doesn't look like fun at all, actually.
I don't want to try it.
You want to?
No, I don't.
It might be a little fun if we try it. Well, guess what, y'all? We are not going to face fight tonight.
No.
No,
We're not
face
going to fight at all.
Hey, oh my God, you are not chewing on this ottoman.
Tassels.
Oh my God.
On my daddy's tassels.
Don't you get off of there.
Okay.
The sheriff's in town.
Oh,
Oh
Amy's
my
the sheriff.
gosh.
She's in town.
Don't put anything edible in front of the face
You know what?
fight.
Perfect segue. Sheriff and a jail song. You know, tonight is sponsored by Stories, songs that tell stories. And this first song tells a story of your brother being in jail in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
That's right. My beautiful brother Joe is amazingly talented, charismatic kind of guy, and the law caught up with him for a brief time. And, you know, it's, he'll tell you, you know, it's, or maybe I shouldn't say, but most of you probably already know. You know, he battles with a little gambling addiction, and so he wrote some bad checks and ended up in Bowling Green jail. And so he sent me these letters and these song lyrics, and so we worked together to put this to music. And so this is, you know, this is the story of addiction and reaching the bottom, you know, and then, you know, that was really a transformative experience for him, being in jail.
Was, yeah.
He,
well, this song talks about it. There's a lot of still time, believe it or not, where you reflect and contemplate, you know, on how you spent your life and what got you there. And, yeah.
And he actually he wrote a lot of lyrics in jail, and really
44 songs.
tapped into
44 lyrics that need to be
It's
turned
amazing.
into songs.
I know. We've got some more songs to write, don't we, Joe? So this is for the story songs, and so in order to have stories, you got to be still and let those stories come out, don't you?
Yeah.
But not necessarily go to jail to be creative. You don't do that.
Bowling Green, Kentucky, sitting in my cell. Bowling Green, Kentucky, sitting in my cell. Think about my baby out of this hell. Been running for so long, I don't know how. sitting in my cell. Bowling Green, Kentucky, sitting in my cell. It's not the first time I've been behind bars. Sure won't be the last. At least I'll catch up on some sleep, hoping it will all just pass. I'm sitting in my cell, 'cause I love her and she loves me. I need her and she needs me. I love her and she loves me. I need her in bold and green. I'm sure she's thinking of a way to break me out of here. Blow up the place with dynamite, just bomb me out of here. No task is too tall, just break down these walls. Be in my arms tonight. Yeah. I'm sitting in my cell, Bowling Green, Kentucky, sitting in my cell. Bowling Green, Kentucky, sitting in my cell. Baby's still out there somewhere. I sure do miss her. If we never got caught, we'd have just thought, put some gas in the car. I wonder where you are. I'm sitting in my cell, 'cause I love her and she loves me. I need her and she needs me. I love her and she loves me. I need her in bold and green. Bowling Green, Kentucky, sitting in my cell. Bowling Green, Kentucky, sitting in my cell. Think about my baby, one out of this cell. Been running for so long, I don't know how. Learning how to be still. I'm sitting in my cell, 'cause I love her and she loves me. I need her and she needs me. I love her and she loves me. I need her in bold and green. Bowling Green, Kentucky, sitting in my cell. Bowling Green, Kentucky, sitting in my cell. Oh, oh, ooh. Well, we're going to take a very
boys,
short
come here.
screen break.
Come here.
We're going to take a short
Hey,
screen break.
hey, hey.
You're going to get them on before the screen break?
Yeah, because I'm gonna, you think we need to?
Well, I was planning one anyway, so I'm going to take a quick screen break, and maybe you will invite someone to join us. Share the show with somebody, and if you think about it, we don't often ask for this, but maybe didn't mind to give us a little like and help us grow Sundays with Bliss. It means so much to us to join with you every Sunday night. So we are going to be right back, and thank you so much. We love you.
All right, I think we got them. They're both laying down in the same bed. So I think
We
we're
realized we need doggy cam because
Oh my
the
God.
cuteness factor is way too
So
much.
cute. They're
I'm not
going to
sure how we
bed.
do the show.
good. Lovin is going to bed.
He's trying to.
Love.
Bliss wants
Bliss
to
is-
share a very
I mean,
tiny bed with him.
That's right.
Yeah.
Bliss, go to bed. Good boys. Good boys. Lay down.
Okay, go night night.
So you want to tell the story?
Sure. So I've told it before, but it's important, I think, to understand this song. You know, this is the story of my grandparents in the 53 years that they shared with each other. And, you know, from the earliest memories I have, I mainly remember them really being in good sync with each other and having worked out some dynamic that worked mostly for both of them. But prior to that, they had a kind of a tumultuous start to everything, and it got pretty intense at times, so much so that I guess at one point my grandma got mad, and their perfect photo they had of him, you know, during the war and her standing beside him, gorgeous and handsome, she had torn in two. But at some point they made up, and she put that torn thing, or my grandpa did, back together, and put it in a frame. And my grandpa, they had separate rooms at that point in the last years, and he always had it on his nightstand. And written on his side, it said, "You dirty rotten." So they had those years, but somehow they had grown into this just sync with each other. And that's what this song is about. You'll hear how they're very different, but somehow they got in the same boat. And
Well, and I've seen, I don't know, it's interesting since we've written this song, a lot of couples with the anniversary of 53 years.
Yeah, I know.
To think of all that you've been through together, you know?
Amazing.
Wars and deaths and births and depressions and job changes and, you know, all of those things. And to be able to weather all of those things and to grow together and around each other is, you know, it's really beautiful.
it is beautiful. So here's the story of my grandma
Opal and
Opal
Howard.
and my grandpa Howard.
She was a seamstress, a songstress, a gardener, a poet, a sharpshooter, and a prayer warrior. He was a boxer, a soldier, storyteller, a barbershop singer, kind-hearted, hard-working fella. They were valentines for 53 years, 53 Christmases. Their love was there, 53 birthdays, 53 chapters, a tragedy and triumph, tears and rapture, 53 years, one last prayer, city waltzer to sunset, love so rare, till she said good night here, good morning there. He was a hero, she was his queen. She was the anchor, she was the sea. He was the melody, she was rhapsody. For big bands
the hymn books and the symphony between. There were valentines for 53 years, 53 Christmases, their love affair, 53 birthdays, 53 chapters, a tragedy and triumph, tears and rapture. 53 years, one last prayer. Said he waltzed her to sunset with love so rare. Till she said goodnight here, good morning just before dawn, Opal blew out the candle, drew back the curtain, raised the window to heaven, into the light. Her soul he did bleed, from sunset to dawn. Her soul was free. They were valentines, 53 years, 53 Christmases, their love affair, 53 birthdays, 53 chapters, tragedy and triumph, tears and rapture. 53 years, one last prayer. Said he waltzed her to sunset with love so rare. Till she closed her eyes, he opened them there. Go to sleep, close your eyes, meet again on the other side. Well, this next song is by one of the best, wouldn't you say, storytellers of them all?
I would say,
Yeah.
absolutely. I absolutely
Mr.
would.
John Prine.
Yeah.
Now, here's a little story. This was the first song that we learned as troubadours together on your mama's front porch. How about that?
That's a true story.
Are you sticking to it?
Yeah. Gosh, John Prine, rest in peace. We lost him to this darn disease, and he was a survivor of so many things, and but he left a legacy of incredible stories behind, including this one, and it just so richly tells. You can just see these characters that he sings about and feel their frustration and their grief and their world weariness, and yeah. It's called Angel from Montgomery, one of the greatest songs ever written. Oh, love and bliss, yeah.
this old house would burn down long time ago. Make me an angel, flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster, oh rodeo. Just give me one thing I can hold on to believe in this living is just highway to go. When I was a young girl, I had me a cowboy. Weren't much to look at, just a free rambling man. But there was a long time, no matter how I tried, the years they just flown by like a broken down. Damn. Make me an angel, flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster, oh rodeo. Just give me one thing I can hold on to believe in this living is just highway to go. There's flies in the kitchen, I can hear them buzzing. Ain't done nothing since I woke up today. I hell can a person go to work in the morning, come on home in the evening, have nothing to say. Make me an angel, flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster, oh rodeo. Just give me one thing I can hold on to believe in this living is just highway to go. Make me an angel, flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. No, just give me one thing I can hold on to believe in this living is just a hard way to go. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go.
We all know that story, don't we?
Just give me one thing. I was thinking about that line, like,
Yeah.
just one thing to hold on to.
That's right. That's all we really need. It's just one good thing to hold on to. That's why we hold on to love because it's the main
It's the
thread through all the
lifeline.
stories. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. That's the one thing that is infinite and everlasting. So if you're looking for something to hold on to, that is definitely a good thing to grasp for. And you don't have to even look very far. It's right here within you. Just invite love in right now to your heart, to your soul, and
let
It'll
that
never
be
be
the story
lost.
you tell, and let that be the legacy that you leave.
the
you know?
greatest story ever told. Love.
It is.
Greatest love story ever. And next, one of the longest stories ever.
Ooh,
And a pivotal and an important story for me.
I know.
Yeah.
So we'll be right back with another story song.
Hey, so we don't do this song very often. It was actually written around the same time I wrote Be Brave. I was living in Chicago and just had picked up the guitar and was thinking of trying to write songs. And this came out as a story first.
Yes,
I actually
it
had a
did.
typewriter.
I remember you reading me the whole original story, and I was like, oh my gosh, and you're like, and I'm going to make it a song, and I was like, wow. And she did. Incredible.
Thanks to Jen Kober, she was coaching me there too. And yeah, so this was a really important story and experience for me because I met this homeless street performer who was pure magic, and the way he embodied life and the way he just experienced every moment was so full of magic and another reality than like this kind of work produced 9-to-5 kind of reality that I was used to. I just found it life-changing and so inspiring, and it's certainly influenced my decision to become a street performer and to just risk it all and to trust the universe. So this goes out to Sir Cup and Coin, wherever you are. Thank you for the magic. You never know how you're going to influence people in this life, even if it's for one brief encounter. Standing on a rooftop is sunset, smoking a cigarette, and I confess, a little high, 'cause I'm wearing warm socks, light shoes, a trembling heart, and I refuse to let this moment pass me by. Why should I live another dream and not the miracle around me? Not let the cool summer air swim my skin, or the colors shake my bones, or the sounds silence my noise. Well, I descended the stairs with the sun, knowing then that night had just begun. 'Cause you see, I had a date with myself, and I couldn't be late, so I headed out the door to the streets, drumming, humming, moving with my feet, till I reached my destination at the bus stop. My chariot arrived. I thrived on the mumblings of the overworked laborer, song of the underpaid every day. Same shit, different day, man, but it's Friday night. TGIF, they whispered under their breath. TGIF, TGIF, TGIF. Well, it's carpe diem, baby. You never know what you're gonna get. Keep your heart, ears, eyes, and mind open. Never know what to expect. You might find a jewel in a trash can. You might meet your new best friend. You could tap dance with a beggar, learn something that you could never forget. Well, I move with a strut and a curious smile, hoping for a spark of magic all the while, when to my surprise, before my very eyes,
a shadow door frame, nothing to claim but a huge peacock feather and a Cheshire cat grin. I was secretly wishing to be invited in. So I glanced down his eyes about around the edge of his shoulder and delivered a good evening with a sincere nod and a look. I'd like to linger. Hello, he cooed as he wooed me with his voice, extending long, smooth, ebony fingers. They call me Sir Cup and Coin. I'm sorry, Sir, what? Cup and Coin, leaning into the street light so I could see him better, tipping his maroon tweed golfer's hat with yes. Another peacock feather, his face was tightly drawn back, a wide-toothed grin. Don an ugly tee, he was the color of cinnamon. You look like someone who appreciates a little magic. He taunted, knowing just what I wanted. I'm a juggler, would you like to see me juggle? With the giggle and a soft yes. So Cup and Coin unleashed his bag of tricks. He rose a stately 5'2" and had a lazy eye. I caught a swerve right there, the Sammy Davis Jr. never died. Tossing up the balls, delicately bouncing them all on the tip of his finger. Well, I've seen lots of jugglers, but I never believed that there was a living soul that could outwit gravity like he. It was magic. Carpe diem, baby. Never know what you're gonna get. Keep your heart, ears, eyes, and mind open. Never know what to expect. You might find a tool in a trash can. You might meet your new best friend. You could tap dance or go beg or learn something that you could never forget. Well, I offered up a rouse and applause. He took a graceful bow. I introduced myself. Where are you going? Well, actually, I was on my way to the theater to see a play. Is it good? I don't know, but I'm going anyway. Would you mind if I joined you? I could pay my own way. It'd be my pleasure. Well, I wasn't exactly sure what I was getting into, but held a certain promise of a supernatural voodoo. Yeah, I was ready for that. Like a well-seasoned tramp, he had a swift, steady stride, carrying his backpack with the ease of his life. A carnival shaman and little old me. To the outside world, we must have looked like two lost gypsies looking for a time machine. Then he started to speak. He said, I hail from the city of angels, and I swear I ain't never given up. You see, I've been traveling for 20 years, and for 13 addicted to crack. Begging them, ghostly thin, lost within. I hadn't discovered juggling yet, but now my dealers always knew na-na-na just where to find me by the music of the coins clinging against my cup, against my name. Cup and Coin is the same, but I changed. Baby, I ain't never given up. Carpe diem, baby. You never know what you're gonna get. Keep your heart, ears, eyes, and mind open, and you never know what to expect. You might find a tool in a trash can. You might meet your new best friend. You could tap dance with a beggar and learn something that you could never forget. Well, the tap of his cane was hitting the concrete like a slap in the face. I could not erase my look of awe. I was amazed as he continued to tell his story of failed romance and the tragedy of circumstance. Do you dance? He turned, I affirmed. Well, I do a little bit of dancing myself, girl. Without further ado, he leaned against the street lamp and let fall his house to the left of a hot dog stand. That vaudeville showman transported a vacant parking lot to center stage cabaret. His hat slanted, a shadow swallowed half his face. His hands wrapped around the arc of his wooden cane, and poof came to life this Louis Armstrong, Tom Waits character with a voice that sat and gravel and the moves of Fred Astaire and the twirling skills of a 13 baton girl. He held my heart like the cane that he spun in world. Scooby-Doo-die. Street scan with the Cheshire cat. Imagine that, a transformed rat, a vegetarian cherry bat. Tap, tap, tap. I'm an alley cat, no, that's where it's at. Always time for a lengthy chat. I'm putting on the welcome mat, so step inside my groovy flat. There's room for everybody, so grab your favorite hits. Well, I stood there stunned. The reality of the illusion came into focus. And I became aware, I was the only other one there. People passed, but no one stared. They just walked by, and some with pride, too embarrassed to sigh or try or fly or dance with a gypsy underneath the midnight sky. Now, why I wandered inside when no one see this invisible dream is out to sea. Go ahead and laugh at me, 'cause I was touched by the fingerless hand, and what I saw right there made more sense in this whole damn land. It wasn't about money, intoxicating honey, hateful funny, or synthetic sunny. Power trips, kings or quips, computer chips, silicone tits, academic wits, steroid whips, or religious pimps. It was about a homeless man who transformed his life. He gave up a crack pipe for juggling balls, but that's not all. Dropping the mask and taking the fall. Transformation, a self-addiction, fear and pain of a vacant parking lot with nothing but a hat and a cane. I cheered louder than Wrigley Field on a Sunday afternoon. Carpe diem, baby. Never know what you're gonna get. Keep your heart, ears, eyes, and mind open. Never know what to expect. You might find a jewel in a trash can. You might meet your new best friend. You could tap dance with a beggar and learn something that you could never forget. I'm never gonna forget. I'm never gonna forget. I'm never forget. I'm never gonna forget. I'm never gonna forget. Gonna forget, I'm never gonna, never gonna, never gonna. Magic.
Keep your heart, ears, eyes, and mind open. Our assignment of definement this week.
That's right.
That's right. So, what are you going to discover out there, right?
What stories are you going to tell? What stories are you going to listen to? What stories are going to mesmerize you and inspire you?
And find you fascinated once again,
That's right.
Like these guys.
Yeah. And I want to thank you all for believing in our journey and keeping the magic alive for us. Thank you so much for tipping on Sunday nights, for sustaining us. And even if it's just, $5, whatever you can spare, leaving a little something in our hat, our guitar case, goes a long way. And we really, really appreciate it. We're going to actually be selling a kind of a clearance of our CDs, of our CD catalog. And so we'll be advertising that, and you'll see a screen here. And we encourage you, because there's some amazing songs, I think, like that song and like the song we're going to do next.
Surprise song coming up next, right?
Yeah. So thank you for your support. We're happy to give back to you in every way that we can, and to keep magic and stories alive for you.
We'll be right back.
All right. Well, this is a song that we haven't done in probably 15 years.
Maybe longer. Yeah,
maybe
a long
even
time.
longer. Nick Payne has been begging us to do this song for probably that long, and we apologize, Nick. But we did have to relearn it, and we did. And this song is called La Rambla. It's kind of, we just like the name of the street. It's not necessarily this street, but it's the main boulevard in Barcelona, Spain. Barcelona. So we, one of our times over in Europe, well, I guess the main time that we spent 6 months just street performing and living in a tent or wherever we could
6 different
find.
countries in 6 months. And
Yeah. And so we were like really immersed in the culture, and it was an extraordinary experience. And we had amazing response from people, and we were able to sustain ourselves for that long, and even, you know, come back with a little something. So, no, don't get us wrong. It was a great experience, and Europeans are so wonderful about street performers. They really get it. And
but this was a time where we were in a particular, we don't even have to say the country, but we were in a particularly, there's like a pedestrian area where there were all these shops, and people just seemed to be beating a path to buy one thing after another and not slowing down for a minute to engage in, you know, possible the magic of music, like unfolding right there before their eyes. And I think it was near the end.
it was near the end, and we were getting tired.
Yeah,
I think,
and it was just like, oh my
so
gosh.
we were a little bit just exhausted. There's some of that in there.
Yeah, and then we had just heard the story of someone getting mugged at a parade, and just that kind of image of you know, what should be our joy and inspiration in this life, getting mugged by, you know, desire and addiction and things other than being in the moment and experiencing what's right there for us to, you know.
So, you know,
discover.
this song is, you know, it's now looking back on it, you know, you write these songs and it's like, it's a little judgy. It's a little harsh. But, you know, it's this kind of observation of people and where they seem to be, looking from the outside in. People watching, you know, just, this is just sitting on that bench and imagining the stories within the lives of all the people walking down the road, slipping in and out of the shops, wondering what's going on in there. Different places, blurry and a scurry, destination unknown. Stopping for a bargain, window shopping, eavesdropping. Every other stranger's whistling lonesome song. People are lonely everywhere, faded smiles and blank stares, counting the payment to make a down payment on happiness. Block to block, it's all small talk. Bored on the boardwalk, seeing their own face in the cloud. Say how do you do, but they don't stop to see the reply. Street sweepers dishing the dirt of the day. Senor Roses peddling petals, the young lovers in an uptown cafe. There comes Mr. Wally Street, can see the beggar at his feet. Big-bellied lender with suspenders, gotta bow to the Dow to keep up with the Joneses. Oh, the insanity of vanity, with the maxed out credit cards ready to discard the season's trends. She got one of her friends, this classy ex-German stockbroker, loosened his necktie choker. Now he calls himself Elvis the Pelvis in the bottle that he invests. People are lonely everywhere, faded smiles and blank stares, counting the payment to make a down payment on happiness. Block to block, it's all small talk. Bored on the boardwalk, seeing their own face in the clock. Say how do you do, but they don't stop to
the reply in your eyes. Safety and routine, reenacting the same scenes. It all turns to gray. We start putting on shades, like being moved at the parade, making uniforms of our skin. The only war is within. The lion has lost his teeth, and it's gambling, scrambling, gambling, shamble, trump on the each other's feet. There's Rod, the undercover cop, talking to some punkers at a bus stop about how Buzzy, the crank dealer, got out on rehab and became a faith healer. Junior sitting cross-legged, daydreaming into a closed toy store. Looks like the quarter carousels run out. The kids are screaming more, more, more. Play fetch with a gutter pump called Dog Without a Bone, while Lacey Gothic scrapping for loose change at a public telephone. Rosemary's killing time as a human statue creates slug, while Japanese tourists snap shots of a troubadour singing something about love. People are lonely everywhere, faded smiles and blank stares, pounding the pavement to make a down payment on happiness. Block to block is all small talk, bored on the boardwalk, seeing their own face in the clock. Say how do you do, but they don't stop to see the reply in your different faces, flurry and a scurry, destination unknown. Stopping for a bargain, window shopping, eavesdropping. Every other stranger's whistling a lonesome song. Man, you really get to observe a lot of stories and collect a lot of stories being on the streets and living on the streets and performing on the streets.
I used to say when we were in New Orleans on the corner of Royal and Toulouse, it was a corner, and it was like a turnstile.
A carousel.
Yeah, like a carousel. Just one person would drop off around the corner, and here someone else would come, and yeah, it was, and each one had their story to tell, and some of them stopped long enough to share it with us. And speaking of New Orleans,
So powerful. I know. And we just got to see our beloved family and godkids from New Orleans. Hi, Kirsten, Justin,
hi, Alex and
Leo. It
Leo.
was so sweet to see them and bless all of them down there, going through, recovering from the hurricane and just everything everyone's dealing with, you know. And it's like this song was written about, it's kind of, you know, this is life, right? It's hard and it's joyous. You know, this was written about the red light district in New Orleans, you know, back in the early part of the 21st century, and it's just an incredible, you know, example of being, you know, kind of down and out, but finding the joy. You know, the best music came out of the, you know,
That's true.
the poorest parts of New Orleans, and just inspiring people, you know, just doing the best they could to survive, and you know, and the stories that they collected, and how they leaned on each other and helped each other, and you know, that's what community is all about, and that's you know, that's what this song, you know, was, you know, based on. It's just the stories of all the people that we, you know, collected during that time, and then we added some of our own stories.
Actual historical figures, too.
Yeah. And I think we've told you all before that this song was written on an old piano that we had been, we're living in mid-city in New Orleans, and we'd been having our coffee every morning looking at this piano. Looking at this piano across the street on these people's porch, and just sitting there, this upright piano, and nobody was doing anything with it, and it was raining, and then we were just, so finally we went over and knocked on the door, and they were like, if you can move it, you can have it. So we had a party, and we invited all of our friends. Most of them were street performers, musicians, and we carried it across the street while I think John O'Tam was probably playing the keys. And we brought it in the house, and we played music until the next day.
I think that party lasted 2 or 3 days. Like a good New Orleans party.
Oh my God.
But love to everybody down there, and I'm glad that people are gradually coming back on with the power and putting their lives literally back together.
The music's coming back, and that's everything's gonna fill up again. And
I found out from Kirsta that their mayor is amazing down there. She's actually enforcing vaccine
mandates
to get into music
passports,
and places to drink and things like that. And
Nice.
New Orleans numbers actually are much better than the rest of Louisiana.
That's
and
true.
That's pure evidence right there.
It really does work. Science.
Some people love New Orleans so much they're getting vaccinated so they can go down there.
Yeah.
Go back and enjoy it. So
That's
whatever
a heck of an
whatever gets you
incentive.
into a pink hurricane, you know, just don't leave it in front of us on the sidewalk.
That's right. Whatever gets you, you know, you can go in with the vaccine passport, and you can go out, drag out like a lady.
That's how we like to do it around here.
2, 3, 4. So even your own mama won't feed you anymore. Your teeth all fell out. Your big out of gritty grind of $50 on the doghouse. You're so out of luck. Whiskey and warm gravy, your belly up at the bar. And Russ is getting nailed by a fast daddy car. Lulu's crying over kill shot, who took off with the cash. Beulah Sam, the waffle man, shaking everybody's Jelly Roll. He's the one that has swinging from the rafters and a razzy dads. Smells Charlie Bones and whistle through his nose and singing sweet. You ever come round this way, Nay, you ask for Mama Reed. Beware, big package, blue swim in. Comes and foundations, the jiggy upstairs. Better beware, you can still get a drink. Dame for a dime. Have a real good time. From the Storyville, I always leave with a whopper over tea. Oh yeah. Okay.
stale bread. I've been here for 3 days. Pensacola kids from the green and taking it. O'Reilly ride, that boy is still trying to melt that frigid tar. Miss Josephine, I spy, skilled as distressed over the cafe au lait mistress. Lady Ann cooks for in the blues on the rise, waiting for you on Basin Street, underneath the red lights with the saints and sinners meet, trying to shut them down, that joint to a ghost town. Scarlet Carnival will always be around. When the cops came for Banjo Annie, they said, do you want to be dragged out or walk out like a lady? She said, dragged out like a lady. Pickpockets and blues and air, cops and politicians are drinking upstairs. Better beware, you need to get a drink and a day for a dime. Have a real good time. Well, when the story feels, always leave with a wild over tail. Oh yeah, be die. People do people do people do people do people these people do they die 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 die. People do people do yeah, people do die, but they die. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yes, let in a little bliss, a little bit of bliss in your life.
Does he want to say hi?
He
Lovin', you want to
does.
say hi? They didn't see him
I think
last
he
week.
does.
Come here, guys. They
do?
come running up when the show is over. Look right here. Look right here. Let's look. Say hi. We're just having a good time. We just celebrated Bliss's 1 month anniversary.
Oh my goodness.
Happy anniversary, honey. And Lovin's 5 month anniversary. So, Lovin, you want to say hi? Lovin wants to say hi.
I couldn't get
in
with
Lovin's
it.
5 month anniversary. So, happy anniversary, buddy. We love you guys. We want to remind you, tell a whopper of a tale. Make your legacy a big one, right? A
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah, and you know, keep your ears open and listen to the great tales around you as well. You know, and you know, in order to write a story or to hear a story, it requires, you know, being still
Keep
and
your
listening. Yeah,
Eyes open, your ears open.
your heart and your mind. And we just want you to know that we're praying with you and praying for this country and this planet. We just calling in great healing, and we want to tell a new story. We want to tell a better story. We want to tell a story of healing, of regeneration, a story of transformation, a story of unity, and it has a happy ending.
It's called love.
Yeah.
Everybody loves everybody.
We love you. Tell a good love story this week.
Mwah.